CBS. Welcome home.
Where you'd expect to find the future of space travel.
I don't know. Industrial loft space is kind of bohemian. Perfect for dreamers, rocket scientists, or artistes.
Still hardly seems like a stepping stone to Saturn.
Well, the airplane was born in a bicycle shop. Besides, a tanker of liquid nitrogen and 500 kilos of prefab titanium were delivered to this address.
Sounds like a spaceship kit. Wonder what it looks like. The first affordable spacecraft. This could be the Model T of space travel.
That or somebody's pipe dream.
Think about it. The first laser-launched rocket. The dawn of a new era.
Yeah.
And we're here to see it.
Yep. Well, I wouldn't go booking your space flight yet. It hasn't been tested yet. Twinkle, twinkle, can you believe? After all the searching, delight, the space, it is perfection. Piero Salvaggio will work in America after all.
Oh, Piero, isn't it lovely?
How'd you get in here?
Scusi, we intrude, the door was open.
That door was bolted from the inside. I threw the bolt myself.
No. But what is this? Is there a sculptor here too? Perhaps it is you. You have the face of a sculptor. Let us see. Look, Twinkle.
What does she think she's doing? Hey, there's no pictures.
They just smash it.
She thinks photography is an art.
Oh, yeah? I said stop taking pictures.
What do you do?
Keep your filthy mitts off me.
Let go of her. We've done nothing. We are merely artists looking for space.
Artist, huh? What kind of artist?
Piero Salvaggio, Servizio, sculptor. And this is Twinkle.
We saw your sign.
Yeah? Well, you've come to the wrong place.
Oh, blimey.
I'm Mr. Smith, but that's not my real name.
I'm Mrs. Smith, but that's not my real name either.
You see, we're spies.
But let's face it, this name thing, couldn't it get a little confusing?
People might think we're married.
That's okay. As long as you don't. Who do these people think they are, shoving guns in our faces? No bugs. I guess we can speak freely.
Have we ever?
I hate this part.
Getting caught? It's the price of doing business.
For you, maybe.
Your passports check out. But you ought to be more careful where you two barge in.
I'm so sorry, signore. But the door, it was wide open. And in Italy, an open door is like an imitation.
Well, let me give you a little tip. This is America. We take our private property very seriously around here.
See, bene. You, signore, look like a cultured man.
You do?
You should think about displaying that wonderful piece downstairs. It is a crime to keep it obscured by such a soiled tarpaulin. Huh? Yeah. Come, Twinkle, come. We go.
Not just yet.
Scusi?
Your little girlfriend's camera. Let me see it.
No, not my camera. Bloody Keely.
I don't want your camera, honey. But this film is mine.
No, my film. What have you done?
How dare you? I will call our consulate.
You do that, and it'll be the last call you make, Mr. Salvaggio. Capici? Now you get your tutti-frutti behinds out of here.
Got him?
Living color. Confirmation of theft. Mission accomplished. One fully constructed beam rider.
Why is it called a beam rider again?
Because it rides on laser beams.
Ta-ta, Twinka. Nice knowing you, love.
There it is.
Beautiful.
I did do a good job, didn't I?
I meant the beam rider. Looks like a flying saucer.
It could be a flying saucer. Maybe. Let's find out who our thief is.
Match anybody in our database?
Let's see. Searching.
Yes.
What do we have? NASA subcontractor.
Like our client.
Solid military background.
Like our client.
Retired major.
Yeah, but just look at these criminal prosecutions. Tax evasion, big time, counterfeit parts. This guy's got a real double life going.
Yeah, but no convictions.
Of course not.
Better inform the client.
Good news, bad news. Good news is we found your flying saucer, sir.
Bad news is your son is hooked up with a crook.
You want to tell him?
The colonel? No.
Neither do I, Piero.
Elias Stone, that crooked SOB. My boy's tangled up with him.
We didn't see your son at the site, Mr. Thompson.
Colonel.
But the beam rider was there.
Well, if it was my son who built it. He's the only one who knows how. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. My own flesh and blood.
That he'd steal from you?
Steal it, Craig? My boy's a rocket scientist, not a thief. Broke his heart when NASA pulled the plug on the funding. But what do you think I was going to do? I'd already spent $30 million of my own company's R&D. That's his trouble. Came too easy. Yeah, it's my fault. I handed him everything on a silver platter.
Colonel, just curious, but why did NASA pull the plug on the beam rider?
Because it won't work. That's why. Laser-launched rocket in my behind. Those lasers would pull enough power to brown out everybody west of the Mississippi. And if it did launch, which I doubt, it'd leave the pad at 30 Gs. Put your brains in your butt with that kind of force. Crush every bone in your body. On my big ride, maiden voyage of the Shuttle Enterprise. I was an astronaut, as you no doubt know. We lifted off the pad at 11 Gs. And that was about enough to pull the teeth right out of your head.
Elias Stone apparently thinks it's good for something.
Elias Stone. Don't get me started on that subject. There's some colas in the fridge there. Help yourself. I gotta get ready for my shower.
Man doesn't mince words, does he?
Where do I find myself sympathizing with his son?
I don't know. Why would you?
You didn't find the colonel was lacking a certain parental kindness?
Parental kindness?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Sure, right.
I just can't believe the boy would go over to the enemy. I bet he's getting a big kick out of this, too.
Your son?
Elias Stone. Man's been jealous ever since Fort Hood when I got promoted to full bird and he was still wearing oak leaves. But now he's got my son hooked up in one of his shenanigans.
We're very sorry, sir. But the good news is you can get the beam rider back. Here's the documentation on its exact location.
Good luck, Colonel.
Now, where are you two going?
Our assignment was only to locate the prototype. Now it's a matter for the authorities.
I don't want the police in this. My son might be lumped in with that no-good Stone.
So what would you like us to do?
Get the damn thing back. I don't care if it doesn't work. I paid for it. It's mine. And I want my son back.
Well, what if he doesn't want to come back?
You get the beam rider, like I told you, the boy is sure to follow. I mean, he's in love with it. Boy, And it rains, it pours. I'll keep in touch. Secretary will validate your parking on the way out.
I got the gas masks. You got the gas?
2 canisters, locked and loaded.
Well, stone, 5 guards, maybe a rocket scientist. Nighty-night, boys.
It'll give us 20 minutes to get the beam lighter out.
And the switch to the loading dock is where?
Here.
Right. And the semi goes here.
Right. All of this for one bully to get back his kid that he pushed away.
Maybe he just wants to make peace with his son.
No. He doesn't care about his son. It's all ego with these guys.
Well,
What do you got?
from Mr. Big, the Colonel's medical records.
Prostate cancer.
Spread to the ectoskeleton.
Inoperable.
The Colonel's terminal. They give him 6 months to live.
That's what he meant.
By what?
When it rains, it pours.
He just wants to get his son back before it's too late.
Maybe we should get started then.
What?
Anybody ever tell you you get kind of a flush before an assault?
Depends what kind of assault. Anyone ever tell you look kind of sexy in black?
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
Where'd they go?
Want to bet they didn't leave a forwarding address?
One more time from the top. Ready? 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Da-da. 97 bottles of beer on the wall. 97 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 96 bottles of beer on the wall. Come on! 95 bottles of beer on the wall. 95 bottles of beer. 94 bottles of beer on the wall. 94 bottles of beer on the wall.
I can't take it anymore.
What? What?
I can't do another 100, all right? There are no bottles of beer on the wall, okay?
Well, it's a big desert and you don't want to talk.
I'm thinking, all right?
What's there to think about?
How about why a guy like Stone would want a spaceship in the first place?
Simple. If it were bow and arrow, would he hunt for food or kill an enemy?
Exactly what I was thinking,
Thank you.
right? Which is why we better find him before he decides to take aim.
Well, he's out here somewhere. His cell phone records show he's been making calls from southern Nevada's microwave switching station. And there's plenty of the requisite high-voltage power lines out here from the Hoover Dam. Plus, restricted airspace. The perfect locale if you want to keep the beam rider launch secret.
Great, so we've narrowed it down to 250,000 square miles of rattlesnakes, scorpions, and sand.
We're also in alien territory.
Alien territory?
Yeah, Area 51, it's right up this road.
Aha.
What, little green man? Give me that. Mitzi's Eat, Drink, Gas.
When in doubt,
What, eat chicken fried steak?
get to know the locals.
This is the only anything in 100 miles. Anybody hangs out anywhere, it's gotta be here. Is that your camera?
Right here.
You two folks lost or just thirsty? Sure not from around here. Pull up some floor. What can I get for you?
An iced Stoli? Tell you what, make it a double.
I'll make that too.
Pop off too?
Sure.
Hard day, huh?
Disaster. We drove all the way across the country.
We planned this trip for 2 years, but we can't see anything from the road.
Oh, sounds like you up at Area 51 looking for frozen aliens, huh? You know, we got one in the freezer. You want to see it? Right, boys?
Yeah, you laugh all you want, but it is well documented. This is one of the 9 known alien landing sites on the planet.
Yeah, well, you don't have to tell me that.
Historical fact, 1949, UFO crashed in the desert surrounding Roswell, New Mexico.
Aliens and their ship were secreted at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and then moved to Area 51 in the late 80s.
And we came all this way to see the spaceship, and there we are looking through the fence, and they rudely hustled us away.
Well, you know, if you folks are looking for spaceships, you don't have to go to Area 51 for that.
Really?
Yeah, Mitzi, introduce him to the hippie. He's building the spaceship, isn't he?
Who?
Oh, well, we call him the Professor. Craig somebody. Well, that's what he says he does. But, you know, we got all types of folks around here building spaceships. They're building them, and they're seeing them, and they're flying in them. You know what I mean?
Do you know where we could find him? Do you think he'd show it to us?
Well, he just started coming in here a couple of weeks ago. Now, he sits right over there at that table. Like clockwork, every morning he has Cheerios and 2% milk. Now, he seems like a nice enough guy. He might.
Spacecraft, honey.
This vacation may not be a bust after all, honey. A to B, B to satellite uplink.
Did you see that shower? Maid service must have quit. 30 years ago.
We were lucky to get a room.
I don't know, sleeping in the desert's not so bad. The stars above your head.
Snakes and scorpions by your side. Okay, let's see if the factory mainframe recognizes any of our folks at Mitzi's.
Hey, did you get a load of the stats on Craig Thompson? Looks like the Colonel's kid is a real rocket scientist. Guess what his IQ is?
Miss Mitzi did a little time for check kiting in Yuma.
180 IQ.
That's not so high. I mean, you must have at least a what?
Yeah, of course. You must too.
Sure. Mitzi, married 5 times.
Caltech, MIT, intern at Goddard Space Center.
Old guy in the corner's not in the database. No criminal record there.
Chess club.
And the pool player is clean.
Numismatic club president. French horn. Yahoo! We got a real rebel here.
Look what we have here.
What?
Our solitary drinker and license plate writer-downer.
Gene Sharp.
Mm-hmm. Indiana Criminal Courts.
Conspiracy to obtain explosives.
Friend of our Mr. Stone.
Gotta wonder what a Hoosier's doing so far from home.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
What?
I don't know, I forgot. Yeah?
I'll just get up early.
Got a job to do.
Yeah. Night.
Oh, night.
The Colonel's son. Tomorrow morning, Cheerios at Mitzi's.
Cheerios at Mitzi's.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you really think the Colonel should have given his kid all the money he wanted to build the beam rider?
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
You said Colonel Bud lacked a certain parental kindness.
And you don't think so?
He didn't turn Craig into the cops.
I guess that was real fatherly of him.
All right, so what? What then?
He's hard on the kid, that's all. I mean, he gives him everything that he never had and then resents him for it. Push, pull, pull, push. Kid's in a no-win situation, that's all.
Well, still. You think even a hard-ass father's better than no father at all.
Yeah.
Excuse us.
You must be Craig. Do you mind if we join you? I'm Mark, and this is my wife. Get a chair, honey. This is my wife, Jen. We're the Smiths from Providence, Rhode Island.
Mitzi behind the bar told us that you were building a spacecraft.
Well, I'm not.
You're not?
She said that you were.
Well, it isn't true.
Oh, believe me, we understand. We run into this all the time.
Yes. We're not scientists like you. Just people with a deep and abiding passion about outer space.
I'm sorry, I'm really not supposed to talk about this.
We're just so privileged to meet you.
You see, Jen and I believe that someday mankind will live in space, will work in space.
The future of mankind depends upon it.
If we can find a better, more affordable way to get there.
Exactly.
Is that what you're building?
I haven't tested it yet, but soon. It's so elegant in its simplicity if people would just listen.
We're listening.
I suppose this is the spacecraft. Mm-hmm. Right, it's loaded with people or cargo. You fire a powerful laser here at the bottom. The beam interacts with the coating to create a gas, which is dispelled just like the plume of a rocket. But you don't need fuel. You're in orbit for free. Well, almost free. $100,000 per launch, as opposed to the hundreds of millions of dollars we now spend. And you open up a whole new frontier, like the railroads opened up the Old West. Because the first step is the hardest. Once you're in the Earth's orbit, you're halfway to anywhere.
Can we see it?
Look, I'm really busy here. I'm trying to get my breakfast. It's nice to meet you people. Have a safe trip, okay?
Professor. New friends.
They're just UFO enthusiasts is all. Isn't that right? We were just talking very generally about propulsion systems.
My name's Mark. This is my wife, Jen. We're the Smiths from Providence, Rhode Island. Are you folks enthusiasts, too?
You might say that. Do I know you?
Not unless you've been to Providence, Rhode Island. This is our first trip to Area 51, and we are just thrilled. We've been out in the desert all morning with our eyes on the sky, haven't we, Pookum?
In fact, we should get back out there, Pookums. You know, we should investigate that interesting crater burn we've read so much about.
Nice meeting you.
Pookums?
Hook'em, snook'em, something like that.
I don't believe they're UFO enthusiasts for a second. Professor's covering something.
One way to find out.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't tell me.
What? Guess who?
Well, it's our good fortune. There's no way a Humvee's gonna outrun us.
Look out!
So much for our good fortune.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Faster!
You think I don't know that? I'm trying to go faster.
Look out!
You wanna drive? You're gonna drive.
Watch out for the rock!
Okay. You can drive.
Say what?
Okay, you can drive. You can really drive.
One problem, though. We lost them, but we lost Craig Thompson and the beam rider, too.
While you were ordering breakfast, I put a trace on Craig's Beetle. Well?
Looks like Craig's heading north.
And what else?
You can spy. You can really spy.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith will continue.
Looks like Stone's got his own little army out here. I count about 100 of them.
Piece of cake. I'll take 50, you take 50.
We still gotta get past the gates.
We'll get past the gates. And soon.
You really think this is gonna work?
It's worked before, believe me.
Look, I'm not suggesting that you don't pose a striking image, but this isn't the movies.
And you're not Clark Gable, ye of little faith.
All I'm saying is that Stone's men are focused. Okay, they're not easily distracted.
We'll see. Men are men.
Hey, little lady, car trouble? You got anything else you need fixing?
Yeah, we got just the tools you need.
I'll bet you do, boys.
Hey, what's going on?
We'll get your truck back later, thanks.
Yo, hold it right there.
Mess hall supplies.
There you go.
Have a nice day. Thank you. Have a good one.
Sometimes the old ideas from movies work.
You got any new ones?
Duck!
Tried and true. Ducking. Hardly groundbreaking, but
I'm just an old-fashioned gal, I guess.
here I thought you were just a cold techno type.
No.
a close shave this time, Barbara. It's going to be one long night tonight.
Boss.
Good news, I hope.
Yeah, everything's going right on schedule for the Beam Rider launch. 2 a.m. sharp.
Yes! Step one to the top rung of the Forbes 100 richest people. I'll be lighting cigars with $100 bills, huh? We'll get this first stone ship, formerly known as Beam Rider, off the pad and up in space. This planet will belong to us. We can aim a weapon anywhere, and there's nobody that can stop us. Because it'd be coming too fast, from too high, and be too invisible.
Hello, Fort Knox.
Hello, Mr. President. Elias Stone here. You know, the one who didn't make Astronaut. Listen, I'd like all the non-negotiable Chase Manhattan bearer bonds. No? Then how about I blow the tip of Manhattan off?
Tip Manhattan? Boss, that's good.
That's good, yeah. Yeah, get back to work. There's plenty to be done before countdown commences.
Oh, Mr. Stone, what about the professor? We're going to talk about what to do with him after the launch.
We'll have all the data in the instrument panel after the launch. The schematics, the ship.
So?
So, I think we ought to send little Craigie back home to his true blue American Colonel Daddy.
Send him back to his father?
Mm-hmm. That's right. In a pine box.
Good night.
Craig, almost done. I'm just checking the seal.
Craig, we need to talk to you now.
You? What are you doing here?
Keep your voice down. You're in danger.
Danger? What are you talking about?
How much do you know about Elias Stone?
Elias? Who are you? What do you want?
We want you to hear the truth. Elias Stone is not your friend. He does not share your dream. He's using you.
What are you, nuts? He and I are starting a business together. We're going to privatize space travel, make it available for everyone.
Only you won't be along for the ride.
He's a terrorist, Craig. And as soon as the Beam Riders launched, you're dead.
Security!
Shh. They're taking a little nap.
Get your head out of the clouds, Craig. Elias Stone doesn't care about you or mankind. We heard him. After the launch, his plan is to send you back to your father.
My father? You work for him, don't you? I should have guessed it. Elias said he'd pull something like this. Well, you just tell my father for me that we didn't steal anything from him. This Beam Rider is mine. My idea, my work, and my life.
Your father doesn't want the Beam Rider. He wants you.
You're right. So he can keep me on his chain and yank it.
Your father isn't well, Craig.
The doctors give him less than a year to live.
He told you that. I can't believe he'd stoop so low.
He didn't tell us.
Why should I believe you? Now, who did tell you? The aliens from the UFOs you've been looking for?
You better get out of here while you can.
I'm not going anywhere.
And neither are the two of you.
Deja vu.
All over again.
My father sent them for the Beam Rider. He would believe some of the stuff he told them.
What'd I tell you, buddy? The old colonel let the future slip through his fingers. Now he wants to horn in on the glory.
Craig, don't listen to a word this guy says. All your father wants is to see you again.
Shut up.
Oh!
Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?
Well, that was a little extreme, wasn't it? Are they okay?
Just get on over to the launch site. You let us worry about these two pains in the butt.
Where to? Corey?
I got a better idea.
We have to stop meeting like this.
Cute.
Ow, my head.
Don't try and rub it. Your hands are handcuffed behind your back.
Getting kinky, are we?
In your dreams, I'm handcuffed too.
Oh, don't tell me. Let me guess.
Only slightly bigger than a bread box.
We're inside the Beam Rider, aren't we?
Afraid so.
Elias Stone is gonna launch us.
He's gonna try.
And we're on the launch pad?
Let's hope not.
We have until 2 a.m.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Blast off. Darling,
Just trying to get us out of this, that's all.
doesn't look good, does it? I have some bad news.
Besides the fact that we're T-minus who knows how many minutes till blast off.
They took my Banaka.
Your breath is okay.
I mean my metal-eating spray. They took my lockpick belt, even my bobby pin.
It's all right.
No, it's not all right. And there's another thing.
I'm trying to tell you that you don't have to worry about...
Finish for once, please. I'm trying to be nice here. I just want to say, if we don't get out of this, you've been a really good partner.
Really?
All that stuff I said about partners. I was just trying to prove I didn't need anybody because I never had anybody. I mean, work-wise, that is.
Well, that's very...
We're moving, we're going to the launch pad. Sorry, I didn't feel anything. I can't help it. We're jammed in here like sardines. Your hand is free.
Oh, let's get out of this place.
Oh, how'd you do that?
What, dislocate my thumb? It's an old football injury.
Wait. You knew you could do that and you let me babble on?
Dislocate your thumb for you, madam?
Just open the hatch and get me out of here, please.
Coming up. Come on, this way.
This is it, Professor. The moment we've been waiting for.
The launch of Beam Rider 1.
Stone ship.
Hey, Stone, they're gone. They've escaped.
They got away? That's impossible. Let me see.
Who's gone?
Well, find them.
Who? Who was in there? You put somebody in the Beam Rider? What's the matter with you?
Get him away from here. Get this whiny little ninny over to launch control.
You could have killed them. Are you crazy, Elias?
You daydreaming little fool! You think I put up this money for a pipe dream? You're stupider than I thought, Professor!
Oh, my God. They were right.
The Professor needs an escort! You'll do as you're told! Hey, fan out. I want those two found. Fan out! Fan out! Go!
This is all wrong. I created the Beam Rider as an instrument of discovery, travel, exploration, not a weapon for war.
What was that? Probably calibrating the lasers on low power.
That was low power.
Yeah. You got a light? Let's go.
Excuse me.
Oh. You want his keys for your handcuffs?
Duh.
You know, you were a lot sweeter with your hands locked behind your back.
You're lucky you're on my side. Looks like they're getting close to liftoff.
Moment of truth for the Beam Rider and for Craig.
T-minus 30 and counting. T-minus 20 and counting. 1. Lasers full power.
It does work.
Bye-bye, Professor.
I got him.
Thanks. Gotta go get Craig. We gotta get out of here.
It worked. Did you see it? It worked.
What happened?
I just needed to know it worked. That's all.
You blew it up.
And all the data, too. Couldn't very well let these people have it, could I?
You are your father's son.
Well, maybe the world's not ready for it either.
Nice. We have to locate Mr. Stone now. This is getting personal.
Don't worry about Stone.
Why? Where is he?
You mean, where was he? It's the wrong place at the wrong time. He had a little problem with the laser beam. I'm afraid he got vaporized. It's very strange. It's kind of like he jumped into the beam.
Sir,
Colonel Thompson?
you have a visitor.
Hi, Dad.
Son? Good to have you back.
It's good to be back, sir.
No, I mean it. I do.
Thanks.
Now, they told me you did a hell of a job out there.
I just did what I had to do, sir.
What I always tell you, believe in yourself first, listen to others second.
So you're not mad?
You made a tough field decision. I'm proud of you. But she really flew, huh?
She sure did, sir. 500,000 pounds of thrust in the first 10 seconds.
Really, you're kidding.
We were well on our way to escape velocity.
Colonel, are we all squared away here?
That's affirmative. And thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for everything.
Well, the girl will validate your parking on the way out.
So what do you think will happen to the beam rider?
Depends if they ever get that G-force problem licked.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Then there's the matter of who's going to come up with the $20 billion to make the money-saving technology work.
20 billion? No one ever mentioned that.
It was in the fine print. What?
Nothing. It's nice, you know, the two of them.
Wait a second. Are you having a feeling?
Oh, then you're Mr. Hard as Nails? I saw the look on your face when that beam rider went up. I'll bet you the most expensive lunch that you can eat that you used to build model rockets and stayed up late to watch moon landings. Don't tell me about the rules. I don't want to hear about the rules.
Okay. You win this bet. The next time we're in Paris, La Place des Vogues, L'Amboisie, they make a killer terrine de foie gras.
I thought you hated liver.
Uh-oh. You know too much now. I'm gonna have to kill you.
Tonight, for once, the biggest laugh in Washington won't be in Congress.
It'll be on Dave Letterman when he brings the Late Show to Washington, D.C.
That's right, the man who perfected the stupid human trick from the town that invented it.
The Late Show with David Letterman goes on the road from Washington, D.C. CBS Tonight.